Alrighty.
Hmm.
Good morning and welcome once again to the Aelenclast PodClast. I believe we are on episode 6 with a new guest. I am, as you know, Awaremono Tadakatsu, and this is my co-star, co-host.
Clefton v. Cliffnote, as always. Welcome in to our 6th episode that takes place with the characters from Arcadum's world of Awaremono. Do check out his streams when you can. This is a, many of you already are familiar with, a fan-based community project that we do on the side here on Maker's channel. And we had a bit of a hiatus, but we are once again back briefly with a new episode for you all. So hope you enjoy. Yes, until we have to inevitably
do it again
for another 2 weeks. Yes, we do it again. But we'll make the most of the time we have now while we have it. So without further ado, let's have our new guest introduce himself.
Hello, I am John D. Walker of the adventuring group Traveler's Delight. I'm a Sauromancer, and currently one of the owners of the ship Above D Water.
A Sauromancer. Tell us more about that. Because I've seen a little here and there, but give us a what is that?
A Sauromancer would be a subsect of summoning magic. it is specifically the summoning magic of Saurians.
So, dinosaurs.
Saurians, yes.
And how do you classify a Saurian exactly?
Well, Saurians are classified, I would say, in the ways that more, I guess, common lizards would be classified, as well as also just more common animals. They meet much the same requirements of building a family, and then there's specific genuses in that family. Then refer to individual Saurians. But for more simplistic terms, if they look like family, they probably are family.
I'm just standing, like, my eyes have glazed over slightly. But that is, yes, interesting. So you summon dinosaurs.
Yes. Although the magics of Aelenclast, normally I would have at least 2 by my side, but they've been a bit tricky to get the second one out. I'm currently just using 1.
See. Alright, well, so, I believe we can probably scratch one of the questions off of our list. I imagine dinosaurs are your favorite animal.
Yes.
Scratches
Well,
off list.
Yeah, we'll have to make a note that we're doing things a little differently today. We'll just have to take that one off the docket. Well, seeing as we've already taken one off, we might as well begin with our questionnaire of the day. So, John D. Walker, we have a series of questions prepared for you, and
Ooh.
yes, perhaps you would answer them if you are so inclined. The first one we have for today is as follows. What is your favorite color?
Favorite color? Well, with as much as this color has helped me in my life, I'd say that to be the color orange, as John will then just flash his color of magic.
Ah, most impressive. Mine is of the yellow magic. As you can probably see on my there's a glint of yellow in my glasses.
Ah,
It flashes when you see, yes.
You two simply base your favorite color on your affinity for a specific color of magic. What came
Well.
first? What came first, the magic or the color enjoyment?
definitely the magic in my case. I hadn't really thought about a favorite color until I started, using magic a lot more and more and more. Spent more time with the color orange, and I see no reason why it wouldn't be my favorite.
Interesting.
The age-old question of nature versus nurture. I like to believe that both had a part in it somewhat.
Really?
Yes. I imagine it would be much the same as a warrior using a specific weapon over and over again, and growing favoritism with it.
Now we're speaking my language. I think I see. But different tools for different types of combat. Also.
Yes.
Oh well, that's very good. I think the next question. We'll just blaze through these. See what they generate. Yes. Obviously we've already had quite some conversation just based on the first. So, what is your favorite season, Johnson?
I would say my favorite season would be summer.
You see? Just because?
What is it that... Yes, what is it that you like about some?
Well, aside from being raised in a farming family, summer always being a time of great work, and worshipping the Green Pantheon, and being a bit more partial to the goddess of summer, Sealaway, summer has always... It's always been a time of opportunity. It's always been a time for action. And a time for dedication. And I've always liked that about summer. It feels very emboldening.
That is true. The winds in the summer are just right for kites. Spring is too strong. Summer is perfect. But, speaking of hobbies such as kites and such, what do you like to do in your free time? Any hobbies?
Hobby.
Anything not work or adventure related you do for you is not summoning dinosaurs?
I suppose not really, because I love my work.
What are you?
I mostly would be observing.
Kind of workaholic?
Not really workaholic. I mostly would just be observing Bolt, my my now only summon. He is a saurian that I have not gotten to see up close before, and I find that every second I spend with him, I get to learn more.
See. So studies, I suppose. My own
studies, finding out how he likes to play, social interactions.
My own young lord's idea of a hobby is to study a mushroom or flower of some kind. So I suppose you have that in common.
Yes. Not that I dislike plants. They just don't have enough teeth for me.
Some of them do.
Ooh.
But that is getting into adventuring. Oh no, we're here to talk about the people behind the adventuring. Yes.
Indeed. Let's hear more about who you are with this next question. Is there a particular food that you find to be your favorite?
Carrots.
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 Yes, carrots.
Really?
Yes.
This isn't about the color, is it?
No.
Squints.
Though might have been a reason for the color.
Would you perhaps grow this sort of crop?
Yes.
I just don't see a lot of people who think carrots are their favorite food.
Oh, that is fine.
Obviously, celery is far superior, but carrots.
Oh, I am sorry you are lost in ignorance.
Oh dear. You perhaps combine them into a meal, or do you simply have the carrot as individually as they are?
Typically, I would have a carrot and I would chop it up and I would find a way to store them and just use them as little bite-sized snacks along my journeys. I've been doing this for, ever since I was a little young boy.
And carrots are pretty good. Interesting. Well,
Fascinating.
Johnson, you have shown to be one with nearly no hobbies, interesting taste in favorite food, and I deign to ask what your preferred music would be. Please don't say show tunes. Don't do it. I'm on to you.
No. If I were to pick, I would probably say, oh geez, what was it called? Probably would say metal music. And, oh geez, what was the name of that song? there's a specific song that's I very much like the, I guess, how every single piece of it fitted together for the, I guess, perceived purpose of the song. A song called The Hymn for the Missing. It is a slower song that, as far as I could tell, by studying the lyrics and with my, albeit lack of knowledge of songs, tried to understand. It seems to be a song that is about the feeling of wondering if you will see someone again. Not as in this other person has died, or that this other person has left your life for good, but more so that they might be going into a battle. They might be going on a long expedition, and a dangerous one.
A feeling of missingness, one might say.
Yes.
There is a word for this in Ghanaian that I have not yet found in the common tongue or in Kalka. It's called sashiburi.
Sashiburi.
It is a good word.
I shall make a note of that.
The feeling of missing something you haven't seen, someone you haven't seen, the gap that they leave, and the hope of seeing them again.
What a very,
yes.
what a very interesting concept. This sashiburi feeling. Do you perhaps relate to it personally, John D. Walker, as you venture in your expeditions?
I guess I do, but every time I do, I then just remind myself that if I succeed here on Aelenclast, I'll be able to see them again.
You intend to leave Aelenclast at one point. I've spoken to a few different people on this matter. Some seem to believe that Aelenclast is the end goal, place to set up and build and end and continue for generations, and others consider that this is a place to come, do work, and then return home. Which of these two are you?
Ultimately, my goal is to spread my findings out. However, if the rest of the world is ill-equipped, I guess, for the findings I will hopefully one day achieve, then I should stay, and hopefully I could just bring them here.
Interesting. Well, I believe we are currently working on methods of getting others to join us all the sooner, all the faster, rather than the original travel method. It was quite comfortable in my estimation. But if we have the means to use magics to speed up the process, I don't see why not. Perhaps you will see them again sooner rather than later.
Yes, and I'm sure I'll get an earful.
Good. Well then, say you were to get an earful and these people were to come across you, these situations once again. Perhaps you have changed, perhaps time has passed and affected who you are. Perhaps not. But if, in either case, how would you describe yourself if you could do it in one word?
Persistence.
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 I am here with the goal. I came to Aelenclast with the goal of uncovering the secrets of Saurians, as well as of the mutations that spawn from Aelenclast. Everything I have done has been in the pursuit of that goal.
Do you feel you have been productive in your persistence of this goal? Have you Do you feel like you have found what you've been looking for so far?
Actually, recently, I'd say I would have.
Good.
I have found the place that I will be conducting the bulk of my research. I have no more need, at least as of this moment, to explore the rest of Aelenclast.
Interesting. So you're ready to settle down and deepen your understanding of a specific area, yes?
Yes, I do have an enemy that I need killed because he is stealing my time, but after that is done, I will have an extra 11 years to do research.
11 years? What indicates this precise number?
That is how much what has been taken from me by this enemy of mine.
See,
What's worse, he's using those 11 years to walk around as 11-year-old me.
This kind of line of reasoning leads me to various philosophical questions which will inevitably keep me up at night. What if, in your line of work, you were to meet the jaws of one of your creatures and end yourself far untimely? Could your enemy have taken the time that you did not possess?
I do not know of its capabilities of that.
One might say that having your time stolen is an investment.
Indeed, perhaps this 11-year-old could continue your work in your stead should you pass.
Well, it is not actually me. It is the creature.
So there it is. Simple vanity. You want to do it for your own name. You don't care that the work is simply done.
I do want to see the work done.
I apologize, Johnson. That was probably a little forward of me.
No.
We are here
It's
and
fine.
open and honest. No, I was simply trying to get a rise out of you, and you handled it with honor. So.
Oh. You know, I have a party member of mine who is, I believe, from Glaeus. And yet that man has to see... It's not that he is dishonorable, but it seems that he hates going out of his way to be honorable. It's been very interesting to watch. Contrary to what about...
One could say that a proper, honorable man knows what needs to be done, and begrudgingly does it, whether he likes it or not. I would say that if he begrudges his honor, it means that he is well aware of what it is.
I see.
Honor is, to some, a cage that they struggle against, and to others, a cage that protects them from the outside. Which would you say he is?
I would say, given what he has shared with me, it would be a cage that would keep him inside, and he did not like. And I think that he has yet to find, the other kind of cage.
Sounds like a caged beast. It would be well that he remains within it.
Yes.
For all of us have a beast inside us, and to let it
Yes.
take control makes you less human.
So this must be the darkness of heart that fellow party member speaks of. He is also Gleyan. So this is a most enlightening conversation to me. Shame I won't remember it.
Yes, shame. I believe
For
you'll
what?
remember it in your heart. It's the most important place for these kinds of topics.
Indeed.
Yes.
That one was a good one. Clefton-san, would you like to lift us out of the gloom? The next question.
Very well. Next is as follows. John D. Walker. Each person has something that irks them to no end. Whether it be a place or a person or anything. We would wish to know what your pet peeve is, if you have any.
That would be someone reading, and especially writing, in my notebook without my permission. It is most infuriating. And all that, just to have like something that is meant to contain my life's work, just scribbled in with nonsense that is not needed there.
Reading your notes, how else would someone know to know your inner thoughts so that they could be of best service to you? Surely that this is a normal thing to expect.
When I have made a finding, when I've made a discovery, I compile the information, compile the notes, and then I turn it in. The notebook is not part of that. It's a more personal thing. It's a more personal thing. It's like some ramblings. Some things that may be true, some things that may yet be not.
I see where you are coming from. Some writings are yet in the draft phase and are not yet ready to be presented, or are not meant to be presented at all.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Clefton-san is a musician and a poet. Are you a poet, John-san?
Oh, well, that is... I would say amateur poet. That is something that I really don't talk about. No one ever really brings it up. But nestled in my bag behind my actual notebook would be a second, smaller notebook that I use for poems.
Interesting. So you are a closet poet.
I suppose that is the best way to put it.
It is the best.
It has no direct impact on my work.
A proper artist should have a wealth of material that they do not show others. Something that they produce purely for their own. You seem a proper artist, and I commend that. It is most honorable to pursue what one believes in without the chasing of adulation.
Yeah. Oh, I would say it's not kept completely to myself. I do share these with my wife occasionally. However, she is not on Aelenclast.
You have a wife.
Are these love poems, perhaps?
No.
I
can say I have.
You have a wife who's not on Aelenclast.
No.
What is wrong with you? Do you hate her? Does she hate you?
I mean, maybe. I did leave. I've been told that counts as a divorce.
Ugh.
Oh my.
That is unfortunate.
Well, I made the decision that after the invasion from the threats beyond, Faceless, the opening of the Sky Scar, I decided that love was not unnecessary, but if it was something I wanted, then I should make sure the Sky Scar is no longer a threat.
Suppose we can cross off the, what do you look for in a romantic relationship? Now, obviously you already know, and are simply postponing this until a solution is found.
Well, yes, sacrifice and inconvenience.
This I can agree with. Some things are there are sometimes more pressing matters that one can adhere their time to.
I disagree. I think one should live in the moment and live the life that they are given.
But if the life you're given is being threatened or has become unstable, should you not try to fix it?
No. One must cope.
Interesting.
However, I will admit that there is honor and value in those who sacrifice themselves for the good of the future of others that they do not know. Everyone has their own path. There are many ways up the mountain.
Ah, true indeed.
Well,
To each their own burden, then.
indeed. I suppose I should be more clear in my thanks for your noble sacrifice of what you have had. But my heart does
appreciate
go out to you, and I hope that we shall remedy this problem quickly so that you can go back to what is meaningful once again.
Yes. I do hope to see you again as well.
What is the toughest thing you would say you've had to deal with since your arrival on Aelenclast?
I would say unaligned goals and mismatched expectations.
So, within your own party, I believe.
Yes, as well as this land is... How should I put this? I suppose I really should just think of this as just thanking our seers and thanking our scouts. But I really did not think it would be as easy to build Hazor's Landing as it was. True, we've had our fair share of troubles, our fair share of threats and null attacks. But to be able to build a city, to build a port, the docks, and all that, and all the districts, it felt just quick. Even though I know it took several months.
Well, it took a few weeks to get the basics, and then another month or two to get it mostly in order. But when it comes down to it, brass tacks and all, many hands, specialized hands specifically brought to this place for that purpose. It is often surprising how very quickly civilization can be established.
Especially if the land is rich in resources. There are many trees in the taiga, and the water was fresh and usable, thankfully, so
Indeed.
that certainly made things easier.
Yes. And that's part, I believe, is the benefits of whatever divinations and scouting we could do ahead of time.
Being able to identify what could be gained from specific locations on arrival was a large boon, indeed. I only wish we had brought more specialists that could speak to the natives. Some communication magic of some kind would have probably been potentially an even greater boon. Though, even in my best attempts, most of our best attempts at communicating with these Knowlish factions, they are not so much interested. I believe even if we did speak their language, perhaps we would still have just as much, if not more, conflict.
Interesting.
Is that is a subject that Eve and I admittedly struggle with personally, as we are in my own party, we are going to give a last shot at attempting communications with these gnolls. Perhaps they will see reason, perhaps not, but whatever may come, we are prepared to deal with them soundly.
I have a question then, Clefton-san, for you, as I have been monitoring your adventures, obviously, as we all have. This being the special place that the PodClast is, and we can know. Recently, you came across a band of gnolls. How did that go?
The Seeper ambush, was it?
I believe it was a passing patrol.
I suppose ambush isn't the right word. It was, yes, a patrol. Well, we dealt with them quite easily, actually. They were surprisingly...
So you had a good conversation.
I suppose so. They were not our original targets, however, we were heading towards the Brass Hides, you see. And we encountered this patrol, and... well... let's just say, I guess the communication wasn't really possible with them.
I see. I have high hopes for your expedition towards the Brass Hides, then. What about you, Johnson? You're not apparently trying to have communication with this doppelganger fellow that you're having to deal with. This is more of an extermination, I believe.
No, it is definitely an extermination, as the doppelganger has made it very clear that he wants the rest of my time. And does not seem... it seems that I am his prey. It's pure and simple as that.
Have you come to an understanding as to why you are being targeted?
I believe it is mostly just the folly of myself. I fell into the waters around the Drift Isles, and there that I believe the doppelganger's presence is like much stronger. And was able to take more directly. Also, we had a deitic boon from a Calcutetian god, and I believe that the waters could not the waters overrode that protection, even if just while I was sinking in them. When I resurfaced, I was 11 years older, and then was soon introduced to the doppelganger.
I could do with being 11 years older. It is rare, but sometimes some do mistake my lack of age for lack of experience. Perhaps a few gray hairs on the chin would be of a boon, don't you think?
Well, I have not actually experienced those years that I lost. Those are nothing.
So
they were stolen.
Simply woke up feeling old.
Yes, it was a lot more knee pains and a lot more aching backs than I had anticipated.
Well, there are obviously solutions to that. You just need more tea in your diet. More celery, perhaps.
Perhaps this tea is worth looking into.
Any regrets in your life, Johnson? I believe we've gone over some, but anything particularly striking?
Particularly striking, no. Despite my claims earlier, I do believe I do try to live day to day with no regrets.
This is the best way to go about one's life. You are a complex individual, Johnson. find
Well,
myself.
aren't we all?
I find myself in equal measure agreeing and disagreeing with you sometimes about the same topic. Very conflicting.
Well then, to use an analogy I was recently introduced to by another Galean party member of mine, we are two sides of the same leaf.
Indeed. Well then,
But yet the leaf all the same.
let's see. We have, I think we have one final big question that was left by one of our previous guests. Clefton-san, would you like to take this one, or shall I?
I shall take it. So this one was actually asked by one of your own party members that we had on last time, and so this will be interesting for you to answer. Actually, what is something that you would like to see become part of or added to the floating city that your party apparently intends to build?
Well, I do not know if there would be a floating city, but
No, he was very specific that it would be a floating city.
Well, I suppose that the archipelago we found could support a floating city, but in any case, to get to the question, what is one thing I would like to see builded? Not necessarily builded, but completed. I would just like to have a proper menagerie of Aelenclast. A place where it's like findings of beasts of faraway places on Aelenclast can be documented and preserved, and also given to all.
A menagerie like a zoo.
Maybe eventually.
You want to fill your boat with animals. Where have I heard this before?
That was in my ancestor Noah.
Ah, yes. Ancestor Noah. What a good chap. Good guy.
Yes.
Most honorable.
Most honorable indeed.
I agree.
But I imagine it'd be difficult to set up a menagerie of sorts. You'd have to house train all the different creatures of Aelenclast, and a lot of them are quite rowdy, I must say.
I don't know.
Yes.
This John-san seems to have a similar affinity for these animals, such as some that we have met previously, like Aleph-san and Kana-san. They have a way with the beasts.
Suppose so. Then, John, are you confident in your ability to tame beasts of Aelenclast then?
Well, the only hiccup there is the fact that I am unfamiliar with the mutations they've undergone from living on Aelenclast. If they were the beasts and animals I know them to be, without a doubt, I could figure out a way. Even if I would need to enlist some help, I believe I could. But if the mutations were to cause any unknown behavioral patterns, as well as mismatched requirements for living, and I think I would struggle.
Very good. Oh well, that seems like it will function. Is there a question that you would like to add to this questionnaire? It becomes more dynamic the more guests we have, and we swap out less engaging questions with newer and more engaging, potentially guest-driven questions. If there's something you would like to ask future guests, well, what would it be?
Well, something of a bit of a philosophy question, as it is something that I've been playing around with it in my mind on recent adventures, especially after I encountered the doppelganger. A question I would like to pose to the future guests is, are you more inclined to believe that we live our lives completely of our own free will, or completely predestined by a higher existence?
Very good. There's that poet once again.
Yes.
Very
You'd
interesting.
make a good bard in your own right, I dare say. Should
What
Would
would,
you ever wish to pursue a career in it?
what would you say to this question, Johnson?
Given all the interactions that I have witnessed and been a part of with deities and higher powers, even one that I assume is of Aelenclast, I still would yet have to say that it would be... I'm more inclined to believe it is completely free will.
I would agree. I think there are many powers that attempt to manipulate and convince us otherwise, but you can always say no.
Why have I heard that before? Just say no.
Solid advice for anyone.
Indeed.
Yes.
Well,
I believe the three of us are in agreement then. I would also say that it is up to oneself to grasp the threads of fate in their own hands and manifest their own destiny. Can't always rely on higher or inconspicuous entities.
Yes. What you have is what you got.
well, that brings us to the end of the main questionnaire. Believe we were going to discuss this week's poll. See what you think of that. And then we're going to take some questions from the chat. So there haven't been very many yet, but at least a few.
Ooh.
Yes. So for the poll, that's what we'll start with. And we had a very interesting one. We asked the people which non-Sharkai player character would be the first to attain Aladdin's vision of the perfect form. And there were two that seemed to be actively seeking such. And that were the Helios, Curwell, and Sharp, the honored slave. Yes, and it seems as though we have a PodClast first in that the two reached a tie of 6 votes each.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it seems like the general opinion is divided on the matter, so I suppose we can open it up to a debate here on the podcast. Who might you think, John D. Walker, will be the first to attain such a form? And why?
To obtain the form. Oh, given what
An
I
elven
know.
form, I presume.
Yes. Given what I know, and given what I don't know, but now know, because of circumstances, I would have to give the edge to Sharp.
Really? You think so?
Yes. Though I think that Helios has made a good start. Ultimately, I just see Sharp's diligence and hard work, as well as just fervor, not going unnoticed.
Sharp
See,
strikes
I would
me.
be inclined to agree with you, but yeah, I've seen Helios Curwell's growth personally, and he's made quite the stark climb towards fervor and faith in Aladdin's name. I feel like I'm inclined to root for him, or at least suspect that he may achieve it sooner than one might think.
I agree, but purely because I believe that one who is content does not strive. Helios is discontent. I have met him in person, and he is... If there was a word that I would use to describe that very small man, it is discontentment. Sharp is happy in the position and his station in life. He is content to do as he is needed. Sentient to, if one could call it such, the Sharkai race, I imagine would take some degree of dedication to striving past discontentment.
I see.
But that is my vote, and everyone has their own. I'm not here to convince one way or another, simply to provide an idea of my thoughts.
Well, they're interesting thoughts indeed.
Let's see here. All right. As far as chat questions, we have one so far. Walker-san, is your book done in comic book style?
I'm sorry?
Your notes, your notebook, is it a comic book?
I would say no. However, it is not completely words. I do have some arbitrary sketches.
Do they have speech bubbles at all?
No. They mostly would have sometimes... occasionally I would write smaller lines of text under them. But no.
Very well. I suppose that answers that question. Oh, we have another one. We have another one. This one says, do you believe your party members' bias against deities in the Black Pantheon is unwarranted bigotry and intolerance of others' faith?
They would not be called the Black Pantheon if they were not... dangerous. I have not done too much studying of the Black Pantheon, or really of any pantheons, even the green. But everything that I have heard about the Black Pantheon has either been in the form of cult worship, or has been in the form of ill omens, warnings, as well as atrocities.
In my experience, they do tend to be a little, zero chill. Indeed.
Yes.
Well, fantastic. We'll wait to see if there are other questions that pop up, but, as it is, we are nearly approaching, our time limit on this episode, but it has been phenomenal to have you as a guest.
Indeed, you have shown some very interesting insights into the perspectives that a Staromancer might share of the world.
It's still such a fascinating concept. Would you say that I am a katana man because that is the type of weapon that I prefer?
I believe the term is called a swordsman.
No.
Tadakatsu-san.
No. You see, a Sauromancer summons specifically sours.
Yes, Saurians.
Otherwise, he would simply be considered a summoner. A swordsman would be equivalent to a summoner.
Well, no. The more broader term would be warrior, would it not be? And then the more specific terms are cavalrymen and swordsmen and bowmen. You,
no, I would
are a swordsman.
I would say that caster is the broader term. A more specific term would be summoner. A more specific term would be Sauromancer.
I see.
So I think that it would be warrior. Then a more specific term would be a swordsman. And I'm don't have too much knowledge of classifications of sword fighting. But
in this case,
with
I agree. Yes.
With how I understand this, I would say that you would be classified more as in your style of swordsmanship rather than the katana that you use. Much like how a caster is not defined by a single spell.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Oh, we have a couple more questions, and then we'll close out. Let's see here. Bolt, toothy, or flappy? Which is your favorite?
That would have to be Bolt.
I see. A true
Your
follower.
newest companion, really?
Yes. When proof of your life's work not being, all for naught shows up, it quickly becomes the favorite.
Spoken like a father. Very interesting. We have another one. John. This one is from Aleph. My animal companion versus yours. Saturday night? Question mark.
What?
I
believe he is challenging you to a cockfight. I believe those are illegal within the bounds of Hazor's Landing.
I suppose those have to come to the ship above the water.
Oh.
If he, to use a more term of the young ones, wants the smoke.
Proper duel. Very good. I am no
Even
duelist.
to Aleph
but
Rebel to
some
go
point.
asking for trouble.
Indeed. He is just looking for the opportunity. Well, that said, I believe that brings us to the end. We'll just wrap up there. But, John Walker-san, it has been an honor to have you as a guest on the Aelenclast PodClast. Thank you for joining us. If you'll just look into this little light here, it will flash away all your memories of this place, and you will proceed as originally intended. But
Oh, let me take off my glasses.
indeed. Whee! Pshoo. Very good. And again, just making sure that our viewers know and understand, these are characters that we are role-playing in Arcadum's Prism with an M, Aelenclast campaigns. It is a role-playing system and games that have been taking place over the course of several months, and it's very fun. We're all having a blast. Good characters, good stories. It's been a good time. So make sure and check that out also. And if you join one of the games and you are running around as a character, there's a very good chance that we will attempt to yoink you and put you in our podcast to get your true, deep opinions on the world and yourself and other people and all that smoke, as one might say. But again, thank you for joining us. This is my co-host, Clefton v. Cliffnote, played by Rinko, and I am Tadakatsu, Awaremono, played by Waymaker. And our guest, of course, now the Owl, playing John D. Walker. This has been the Aelenclast PodClast once again, and we will see you next time. Thank you for joining us.
Next time.